Let's get it on. Feliz Navidad. Do you want to switch? I'm a little taller. No, she switch. Yeah. Oh, it's okay. No, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, bro, I'm gonna start it. Let's go. Hey, but hey, I'm gonna introduce you to do the stuff. At the end. Yep, just kidding. You know what, though? I'll do it anyway, bro. Just kidding, just kidding. I just kidding, I kidding, I kidding. Alright. Excuse me, ladies. Sorry. You guys look amazing, you guys look amazing.
Tiger boys, let's get a pic.
You guys look amazing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, family and friends, aloha! One more time, aloha! Awesome. My name is Cody Lila. I'll be our host tonight for this luau. Before we get into our luau, we're going to do a couple things. First thing we're going to do is we're going to invite Stacy up to the stage. This luau, ladies and gentlemen, is about our indigenous Polynesian people from our indigenous places. And before we start our luau, we're going to pay some respects and honor to our indigenous people here in Utah. So Stacy here is going to do something called our land recognition, and then we're going to get our luau started. So if I ask just a moment of silence as she talks about honoring our land recognition tonight.
As a land-grant institution, Utah State University campuses and centers reside and operate on the territories of the 8 tribes of Utah, who have been living, working, and residing on this land from time immemorial. These tribes are the Confederated Tribes of the Goshu Indians, Navajo Nation, Ute Indian Tribe, Northwestern Band of Shoshone, Paiute Indian Tribe of Utah, San Juan Southern Paiute, Skull Valley Band of Goshu, and the White Mesa Band of the Ute Mountain Ute. We acknowledge these lands carry the stories of these nations and their struggles for survival and identity. We recognize elders past and present as people who have cared for and continue to care for this land. In offering this land acknowledgement, we affirm Indigenous self-governance, history, experiences, and resiliency of the Native people who are still here today.
All right, before we get started, ladies and gentlemen, how many of you have been to a luau before? All right, how many of you have been to a luau in like the islands, like Hawaii? Okay, awesome. And raise your hands if you've never been to a luau. Awesome, awesome. Welcome, welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, in Hawaii, luau means celebration, which means tonight you're here to celebrate. Our celebrations in our luau's means you're interactive, you join with us, you feel with us, you're all here watching our dances, hearing our songs, and feeling our wonderful culture that we're representing today. I'm so privileged to introduce everybody here. Our dancers are made up of obviously students, family and friends from Utah, from other states, and people like me from the islands of Hawaii. So we're not there, even though it's not snowing anymore. It feels nice. We're not on the islands, but we brought the islands to you tonight in Logan, Utah. So our theme tonight is Tangata o Te Moana Nui, which means people of the great ocean. I'm excited to introduce that to you tonight as we showcase that beautiful people. So we're going to start with a song called Tulo Tangaloa, followed by our people of Hawaii. Our men will be dancing the Hula Kahiko while we listen to a chant of beautiful Hawaii. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Tangata o Te Moana Nui, the people of the great ocean.
Hanau ka po, hanau kumuli po I ka po, hanau po ele I ka po. Hanau ka uku ko ako a, hanau he a ko ako a, hanau ka veli he veli veli puka. Hanau ka uku ko ako a, hanau he a ko ako a, hanau ka veli he veli veli puka. O piha e, o piha a, o piha o piha u. Hanau ka e kaha noho I kai, hanau ka e kaha noho I uka. Hanau ka paha noho I kai Hanau ka puhala noho I uka Hanau ka e kaha noho I kai Hanau ka e kaha noho I uka Hanau ka paha noho I kai Hanau ka puhala noho I uka O piha e, o piha a, o piha o piha u. Hanau ka pa kui kui noho I kai, hanau ke kukui noho I uka. Hanau ka weke noho I kai, hanau ka wauke noho I uka. Hanau ka pa kui kui noho I kai, hanau ke kukui noho I uka. Hanau ka weke noho I kai, hanau ka wauke noho I uka. O piha e, o piha a, o piha o piha u. Hanau ka a'awa noho I kai, hanau ka awa noho I uka. A ka pohe nalu mai I hanau moku. Hanau ka a'awa noho I kai, hanau ka awa noho I uka. A ka pohe nalu mai I hanau moku. O piha e, o piha a, o piha o piha u.
Family, make some noise for our Hawaiian men with the kahiko. Now, ladies and gentlemen, in Hawaii, there are two types of hulas. One, as we saw, which is the hula kahiko. The second hula that we do is called the hula awana. This is done by the women. Now, they're going to come up here and do their number as well. But for years and years, hula was actually banned from the islands of Hawaii. We weren't able to practice our own culture. Now that it's reinstated, it's become one of the most popular dances all around the world, and especially back in our home islands of Hawaii. So doing a number about the hokulea, which is a voyaging boat in Hawaii, which is used to navigate by the stars. Here's our Hawaiian ladies doing the hula awana and hokulea.
Kai noa e, hokulea e, hawa a kaulua e, no Hawaii e. Ake a kamoana o ka pakipika e ilei ana moku e, au e, hokulea e. Ka apuni e, apuni kauhanua e, e hali aloha e, e kamaluhia e. Holo aku e ka wake nawe I ke ala pono pai ka haina e, au e, hokulea e. Huku
communities of Hawaii. All right, make some noise if you're having fun tonight. Awesome. All right, so now we get to move to some fun things. So we're gonna do some crowd participation things. So I want everybody to please stand up. One more time, please stand up. That means you gotta like lean on your 2 feet and then like push your knees straight. All right, perfect. Everybody grab your right hand, put it in your pocket, grab your wallet, and give me all your money. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, but not kidding. Later, okay? All right, we're gonna do a hula. This hula is called hukilau. Everybody say hukilau. How many of you guys know the hukilau? We got one person. That's awesome. So we're gonna teach you an awesome hula. It's called the hukilau. It's a story about fishing of a beautiful community in Hawaii called Laie. What they would do is take these big long nets and stretch it across the ocean. Each side they pull it to the middle on the shore, and whatever they call in the middle is what they eat. So we have our beautiful dancer make some noise for Maile. You're gonna find out by the end of the night she's one of the best dancers you'll ever see. She's gonna help us do the hukilau dance. So, for real this time, everybody follow me. Spread your legs, about shoulder width, hands on your hips. We're gonna do something called the kaholo. Everybody say kaholo. Awesome, we're gonna start with your right, my left. It's gonna be 4 steps. If you watch me, 1, 2, 3, 4. Back this way, 2, 3, 4. Ready, all together, going this way first. Ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4. This side, 2, 3, 4. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Step, 2, 3, 4. Perfect, give yourselves a hand so far. All right, now the second part is Miley here is gonna do the hand motions to this dance, and you guys are gonna follow her, okay? They're gonna play the song really slow, so just follow her hand motions as best as you can, and then we're gonna speed it up, okay? Are you guys ready? Are you ready? All right, this is the hukilau.
Please turn on the mics. All of the mics, please.
Thank you. Oh, we're going to the hukilau.
Everybody follow Miley?
The hukilau. Everybody loves the hukilau.
Good.
Where the laulau and the kaukau at the big luau.
Throw your
We'll throw our nets out into the sea, and all the ama come
Good job.
swimming to me. Oh, we're going to the hukilau. A hukilau.
All right, give you guys a hand so far. You're not done yet. You're not done yet. Okay, one more time. We're gonna do a little faster, okay? On Miley, okay? This time a little bit faster.
Oh, we're going to the hukilau. A hukilau. Everybody loves the hukilau. Where the laulau and the kaukau at the big luau. We'll throw our nets out into the sea, and all the ama come swimming to me. Oh, we're going to the hukilau. A hukilau.
Woo! Round of applause, everybody! All right, good job. Now, a lot of you guys were awesome. Some of you guys sat down. It's crazy. All right. Well, like I said earlier, ladies and gentlemen, I talked about the hula awana, which is a dance that the women did in Hawaii. And this hula dance was special because they use it to tell stories with their hand motions, their gestures, and their dance. Up next, we have a soloist performing a song called Ohaiali'i. Her name is Alea, and she's from the island of Molokai. Now, Molokai is one of the smallest islands in Hawaii, but one of the most tropical and most cultural islands that we have. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Alea.
Ohaiali'i Kaluhea Sweet lady Hiva hiva mai na lani
kamai Lei aloha Lei kulana li Ohaya li Kaluhea Sweet lei Hiva hiva mai na lani He no he ao e kumakamai Lei aloha Lei kulana li Ivili ame kohai Ulana ke aloha Ile vili papahi Lahi lahi Emily umai oe Heli ako ya oe amaoloa Puana ku umele me ke aloha Lei aloha, lei kulana li Ivili ame kahai Ulana ke aloha, ile vili papahi Lahi lahi Emali umai oe Hedli ako ya oe amaoloa Uana kumele meke aloha Lei aloha, lei kulana li E ohaya li Kaluhea
Ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause for our soloist, Alea. Very, very beautiful. All right, our next Polynesian island is Fiji. In Fiji, they say Bula Vinaka. One more time, Bula Vinaka. They're known for their beautiful landscape, but also their traditional dances tonight, showcasing the men and women, starting with two dances called the Meke and the Wakamalolo. Ladies and gentlemen, Fiji!
Nava tu tale ikwe na singa, nurito kalinuanga na singa. Manilo mangu mea na kiraila, manilo mangu mea na kiraila. Seka muka mga salay bila, seka muka mga salay bila. No maniwa sa usara kasiba, no maniwa sa usara kasiba.
Bossa! Hop, 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 hop.
Saki e veicina Seva kaki wale alilia Oilei Ia Isale
Round of applause for our musicians. Make some noise for our drummers. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for our musicians and drummers and the islands of Fiji. Well, I'm always excited about this part because I'm going to introduce this island people, and they're some of the loudest and proudest to ever walk the earth. Where are my Tongans at? Okay, they're done. Ladies and gentlemen, the islands of Tonga, the friendly islands of Tonga, they say malo lele. One more time, malo lele. Like I said, I'm super excited to invite the beautiful islands of Tonga because they're the loudest and proudest of the people, and it shows in their voices, their music, and their dance. So tonight we're going to see a Taulunga, we're going to see different dances, the boys mako, including, starting off, a dance called the Taufakaniua, which is a war dance from the island of Niua. So ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together, make some noise for the friendly islands of Tonga!
Kakai, o kina tolu e mui mai I hoku tua, ke malu I mai, I langi. Si o to koro, si loto I tonga, tuki pea so mo katalaka, ha o tonga kuone tala, koe aho oe tau mai te sitangata. Koe helo, koe ha, koe mamana, koe fuka ke fusi ke viringia mate maatonga kua suka kawatua matonga ko hoku tofia. Koe helo, koe ha, koe mamana, koe fuka ke fusi ke viringia mate maatonga kua suka kawatua matonga ko hoku tofia.
gentlemen, another round of applause for the island of Tonga. Did I not tell you guys that they were the loudest and the proudest of all the islands? All right, so ladies and gentlemen, right now we're going to take a brief intermission, about 10 minutes or so. So get some water, get to the bathroom if you need it, and then come right back because we're going to celebrate with the rest of our islands. So far, let me get a round of applause for your participation so far. All right, so like I said, 10-minute intermission, and we'll be right back. Thank you, guys.
What am I gonna do to make you love me? What have I gotta do to make you care? What do I do when lightning strikes me? And awake to find that you're not there. What do I do to make you want me? What have I gotta do to be heard? What do I say when it's all over? I'm sorry seems to be the hardest word. It's sad, so sad. Oh, it's a sad, sad situation, and it's getting more and more absurd. It's sad, so sad. Why can't we talk it over? Oh, it seems to me that sorry seems to be the hardest word. And it's getting more and more absurd. It's sad, so sad. Why can't we talk it over? Oh, it seems to me that sorry seems to be the hardest word. What do I do to make you love me? What have I gotta do to be heard? What do I do when lightning strikes me? What have I gotta do? What have I gotta do? And sorry seems to be the hardest word.
Feeling something, we know to change the weather. We could have thought it called tonight, so stick around. You gotta hear electric music. start to blow the sound. Get the ironic heavy senior. Up the face, top up, Benny and the Jets. Oh, they were real and wonderful. But it's Cinderella King. She got electric boots, a melody soul, already in a magazine. Oh, Benny and the Jets. Why don't you put him to the faithless? Maybe they're blinded, but then it makes them mazes. We start the vibe, let us take us out the lawn. Let us fight our parents out in the street to find a right and who's wrong. Get the ironic heavy senior. But the stop play is stop, Benny and the Jets. Weird and wonderful, but they really clean. She got electric boots, now it's so already in a magazine. Oh, Benny and the Jets.
and gentlemen, real quick, I want to make an announcement while we're in intermission. So out here we have a table with a lot of dollar bills. For those of you who don't know, our custom when we dance, we like to give money to our soloists. Now, we have Samoa coming up, so if you want to join, you can exchange your $20 bills or whatever bills you want for dollar bills if you want to participate. So the table is here. If anyone wants to participate, you can get your change there. So, thank you.
Cody, I totally forgot. So you know when you do like the best just so you're like you're not talking about it. Are you as a group or
You just say Cody.
okay?
That's all.
Okay.
Or not say anything. Let's do this guy over here. Wherever you came from, go back.
Oh my gosh.
Bro, it's LA, bro.
Yeah.
What's up, girls?
No.
Oh, hang on. Your parents are awesome. That's what I found out about your dad. He knows all my family. Like my musician family. He played with
He
them
was
before.
a musician for a really long time.
He played with my uncles and my grandpa.
Oh really?
They all died before I was born. So I grew up playing and singing. I never met them.
Do you want to switch chairs? No, I'm good. I feel bad, but no, you're good. Want me just to get you a chair like this? I'm okay. Thank you. This
Check 1, 2.
Yes. Is it on?
Kare kare ana nawai arotoru wa iti atu koe hine mari no ana alone against the world outside. You were searching for a place to hide. Lost and lonely, now you've given me the will to survive. When we're hungry, love will keep us alive. I was standing all alone against the world outside. You were searching for a place to hide. Lost and lonely, now we're getting to survive. When we're hungry, love will keep us alive. Don't you worry, sometimes you just gotta let it ride. The world is changing right before your eyes. Now I found you, there's no more emptiness inside. When we're hungry, love will keep us alive. I would die for you, climb the highest mountain, and baby, there's nothing I wouldn't do. Now I found you, there's no more emptiness inside. When we're hungry, love will keep us alive. When we're hungry, love will keep us alive.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for our beautiful musicians. Amazing, amazing voices. All right, we're gonna right back to our Polynesian cultures. We're gonna take our voyage to the next island, which is considered the land of the long white cloud, also known as Aotearoa, formerly known as New Zealand. In New Zealand, they say kia ora. Perfect. I love New Zealand because it's a beautiful country. They're known for their folk songs, action dances, and most formerly popular, known for the haka. How many of you guys know what the haka is? Yes. So New Zealand is very famous for the haka. So there's a few numbers we're going to perform, including our hoki hoki, kapi oi oi, and we're going to start off with something called a wero. This is a martial arts in New Zealand called the Rao Katao. Our warrior will come up and determine if you are friendly or if you are a foe. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Aotearoa, New Zealand.
hoki hoki, hoki hoki toru mai, te wairua o te tai, ki te afi te ringa, teine kirie, teine kirie, me he manurere aue, kuarere kito moenga, ki te rafi toti, ana aue aue, te tautahuri mai, aue aue, te tautahuri mai, tahirua tolu pa me he manurere aue, kuarere kito moenga, ki te rafi toti, ana aue aue, te tautahuri mai, aue aue, te tautahuri mai, aue aue, te tautahuri mai. Tahirua tolu pa kiora. Tohu aroha he kainga, e hoki mai rā, kia ki te atu I tō iwi e, roto roto ana, e kata kata wano mai rā, pukana whetero, I te ihi aho matua, kia ki te atu ano, pupuhi ai e, kapuhi ai au kuroi mata, kapi oi oi, kapi oi oi e, tohu aroha kainga, e hoki mai rā, kia ki te atu I tō iwi e, roto roto ana, e kata kata ana mai rā, pukana whetero, I te ihi aho matua, kia ki te atu ano, I tō ataru ara kana para, pupuhi ai e te hā, kapuhi ai a kuroi mata, kapi oi oi, kapi oi oi e, toru aroha ra kainga, kapi oi oi e, toru aroha ra kainga, kapi oi oi, kapi oi oi e, toru aroha ra kainga.
Hutanga mai o te aro! Oi ngā pakaia! O pakia, tūri pakia! Unga tia! O pe paia ke wai wai, takaia kakino! O ringa, e korona, kaiwa, hau kautano! Tūkota! Tūkota! Tūkota!
Ladies and gentlemen, one more round of applause for Aotearoa, New Zealand! All right, guys, make some noise if you're having fun. All right, I don't know about you guys, but after I see the haka, I'm always fired up. I want to do it myself. You guys want to see me do a haka? Just kidding. Someone said yes. Nope. Yes, okay. Just kidding. All right, so I need some volunteers. I need 6 to 10 men that can come up here and do it. Let's go.
Phil Paya. How?
Hey, you raised your hand. Come on, let's go. You're number one. Come on. Come on, I know you now. I saw you.
Phil Paya.
Come on. All right, we need some more guys. Let's go. Bring it up here, bro. Come on. Come on. 6 to 10 guys. Let's go. All right. Let me break it down like this.
Call Phil.
Phil.
Oh,
Phil Paya. Phil. Phil Paya. Phil Paya.
Phil Paya.
all right. Who's Phil Paella? Who's Phil? Hey, Phil. Come on, man. My best friend. Come on. Everybody give it up for Phil. Woo! Come on, Phil. Let's go. Hukila over here. Come on. Are you coming, Phil? All right, we need some more men. This is Phil Harris. Okay, Phil Harris. Come on. Yep. Bring them. Come on. Come on, you guys. Come on. I need some guys to come up here. Let's go. Yeah, here we go. Come on. Here we go. All right, let me put it this way. If you're a single man and you want these beautiful ladies out here to see you, you should probably come up here. There we go. All right, that's good. Give it up for our men. All right. We're going to do a little get to know you. So tell me your name and tell me where you're from.
I'm Alex, and I'm here from Utah.
Utah, Kaysville. Everybody give it up for him. Everyone's like, yeah, Utah. Make some noise if you're not from Utah. All right, the people have spoken. Welcome. What's your name? Where are you from?
I'm Matthew, and I'm from Idaho.
Matthew from Idaho! Matthew, are you single?
I am single.
Ladies, he's single. All right, what's your name? Where are you from?
I'm Thane. I'm from Oregon.
From Oregon! Go Ducks? No Ducks, no Ducks. What's your name? Where are you from?
Z from Georgia.
Z from Georgia! Yes, Georgia Peach. I love it. Are you a Falcons fan?
Yes. Oh.
All right, next. Just kidding. What's your name? Where are you from?
I'm Preston from Utah, 435-770-8110.
That's some confidence. You know he's single because he likes giving his number out. You gotta settle down sometime, you know. Ladies, you better remember that. What's your name? Where are you from?
Tall. I'm from Lightyear.
Woo, from Hawaii! Yes. Welcome. All right, what's your name? Where are you from?
My name is Mason. I'm from Kearns, Utah.
Kearns, Utah. Where is Kearns?
It's by the West Valley area.
Middle of nowhere. All right, last one. Here we go. What's your name? Where are you from?
My name's Wes, and I'm from Tennessee.
Tennessee! All right, ladies, is this the only 10 you see? Or is this the only 10 you see?
No.
I'm married. My wife's in the crowd. Sorry, babe. All right, we're going to do something called the Pukana Challenge. Everybody say Pukana. One more time with a P. Pukana. Easy, very simple. Pukana is an expression, an emotional expression that we use when we do the haka. It's meant to intimidate, to show maximum emotion, and to show fierceness and confidence. Kind of like this guy over here, Mr. Confidence. So we're going to have a little show and tell. We're going to have these guys do the Pukana for us, okay? Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? All right, step number 1. You're going to make your eyes as big as possible. Let me see them. Go. Don't scare the ladies. All right, good enough. Second step, you're going to stick your tongue out like this. Ready? On 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, it was kind of silent. Louder. 1, 2, 3. All right? Give them a hand so far, guys. All right, you guys are gonna follow me, okay? It's gonna be technically 4 steps, okay? Bend your knees a little bit, sit down a little bit, like a little squat. Okay, first step, forward, like this. Second, hit your chest. 3, hit your elbow. And 4. Okay, once again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you guys ready? You think we can do it? Ladies and gentlemen, give them a little drum roll. How about a little drum roll? You guys ready? Pukana! Yeah, one more time, here we go. Last time, make it count. Ladies, pay attention. All right, ready, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Elbow. Pukana! Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, give a round of applause for our awesome men here. All right, you guys can take your seats. Thanks so much. All right, how many, you guys think they did a pretty good job? Awesome. Awesome. Who was that guy that gave his number out? Raise your hand. Where's he at?
435.
All right, ladies, that guy's single. He gave his number. There you go. Look, there he is. One more time for the confident guy. All right, so looks like we're still waiting for our dancers to come out. So I'm going to switch cultures right now and tell you guys a little bit of a story, okay? I want everybody to raise your hand up in the air. And I want you guys to drop your 3 middle fingers. Does anybody know what this is? One more time, what is it? Everybody say shaka. Awesome, not Shaka Khan, just shaka, okay? So let me tell you guys a story. How many of you guys have been to the islands, have seen people do this? Yep. So it's not a gang sign, okay? It's a good sign. So the story of the shaka goes like this. There was once a man by the name of Hamana Kalili in Hawaii. He was a plantation worker. And every day at the plantation, he would wave hello and goodbye to all the people that would come through, including the plantation's daughter. One day, he got into this tragic accident where he lost his middle 3 fingers. But he's so nice and so awesome that he still every day would wave hi and goodbye to people like this instead of like this. So one thing led to the next, and the shaka started spreading all over Hawaii, and now people use it for hello, they use it for goodbye, they use it for awesome, have a good day, and you're amazing. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is the shaka. Next time you go to islands, you can use this and say hello to people. Looks like we are ready for our next island. Our next island is the island of Tahiti. In Tahiti, they say Yorana. Perfect. Tahiti is known for a lot of things, like their beautiful scenery. They're known for their beautiful pearls that you find at the bottom of the ocean. As far as dancing, the men are known to move their hips very fast, and the women even faster. So we're gonna have a few numbers by the men, called the Otea Aito. We'll have Motu Uta by the women, and then we're gonna have a beautiful solo by one of the best dancers ever to dance Tahitian, and it's Maile. So ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Tahiti!
Hey, Watatao! Matamahakan dore dore Eti manakeana Maravilla Viru viru Inna pura bahine Nalala pura pura Matamahakan dore dore Eti manakeana Maravilla, viru viru, Maravilla, viru viru,
So, we're going to take some time to introduce our next act. It's our soloist. Her name is Miley, and she is our 2018 Ori Tahiti World Champion. Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, please make some noise for her as she does her solo. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Miley. And another round of applause for all of Tahiti. All right, ladies and gentlemen, before we get into our next one, again, we got some more participation from the crowd. So I need 10 men and 10 women up here. Come on, let's go. Where's birthday girl? There's a birthday girl over here. Yep, birthday girl, you come up, let's go. All right, 10 guys, 10 girls. Don't even just point, just grab them and pull them up here. Come on. You know Polynesian kids didn't get a choice, right? Mom and dad made us do everything. Ladies in the house, give a hand for the ladies. Womp, womp, womp. All right, guys, come on, come on. Let's go, let's go. There we go. There we go, here we go. There we go, come on, bring it up here. Oh, yes. We have to spread out that way. Right there. All right, come up here. Woo! Awesome. That is better. All right, this is gonna take a little longer, but same thing. I want to know your name. I want to know your name and where you're from. Okay. If you're single in the crowd, this is a good dance that involves a lot of hip movement. It's not like you're not looking anyway. Ladies. All right, tell me your name. Where you're from?
Kyle Van Leeuwen from Provo, Utah.
Provo, Utah! Woo! Who's not a BYU fan? Yeah, you can stay. You can stay. All right, what's your name? Where you from?
Emerson from Salt Lake.
Emerson from Salt Lake. Who's a Utes fan? Go Utes! What's your name? Where you from?
Bowen from Provo. No, I'm just kidding. I'm from Texas.
From Texas. Woo! All right, what's your name? Where you from?
Dallas, Salt Lake City.
Salt Lake City, Utah? All right, Utah. All right, what's your name? Where you from?
Austin, Salt Lake City.
Austin, Salt Lake City. Give it up for you. Hey, it's okay. It's okay. It's still cool. Where are you from? What's your name?
Paul, Idaho.
Paul from Idaho. Nod your head if you're single. Nod your head if you're single. You single? All righty. What's your name? Where are you from?
Colby from Orange County.
Orange County, California. Woo! What's your name? Where are you from?
Max from Park City.
Park City. Where are you from?
Otto, Layton, Utah.
The girls booed you, bro. What's your name? What's your name? Where are you from?
My name is Sean. I'm from Kalihi, Hawaii.
Woo! That's where I'm from. Let's go, bro. K-Town. Let's go. Ladies, the good ones come from Kalihi. All right, man. Where are you from? What's your name?
Joseph, Ogden, Utah.
Ogden, Utah. Hell, let's go. Ogden, Utah, guys. Ogden, Utah. That's where I live now. All right, what's your name? Where are you from?
I'm Allie. I'm from North Carolina.
North Carolina! Who watches Outer Banks? All the guys are like, yeah, with my wife, I guess. Where are you from? What's your name?
Gabby, I'm from Italy.
Woo! Gabby from Italy! Welcome. That's so cool. What's your name? Where are you from?
Diade, and I'm from Logan.
Logan, Utah. Woo! All right, what's your name? Where are you from?
Amy, Kearns, Utah.
Kearns, Utah, middle of nowhere. All right, what's your name? Where are you from?
All right, I'm Kyla. I'm from Weston, Idaho.
Weston, Idaho. What's your name? Where are you from?
I'm Britton, and I'm also from Weston, Idaho.
Weston, Idaho. What's your name? Where are you from?
Jocelyn from Lehigh.
Lehigh. All right, what's your name? Where are you from?
I'm Courtney. I'm from Louisiana.
Go Tigers! Woo! Just kidding. All right, what's your name? Where are you from?
I'm Bailey. I'm from Wyoming.
This is Bailey. Guys, it's her birthday. Everybody join me and say happy birthday! She was pressured to come up here, but that's okay. All right, guys, we're going to play a little game called Pineapple Coconut, okay? It's called fruit salad as well, so we're going to call it fruit salad. Everybody say fruit salad. So when you put fruits and you make a salad, yeah? So this game is going to go like this. You guys ready? Eyes on me. I'm going to get the help from my drummers right here. I'm going to say a fruit, okay? These particular fruits are going to be attached to a part of your body, okay? So for example, our first fruit is papaya. Now papaya is going to be your left hip, okay? When I say papaya, you're going to hit that papaya so far off your hip. Does that make sense? Yeah. Papaya! Ooh, you gotta be faster than that. Papaya! Papaya! Papaya, papaya, papaya! All right, good job, good job. I think they get it. Okay, next fruit. We're gonna do, let's see, apple. Apple's gonna be on your right hip, okay? Left hip was papaya, right hip is apple. You ready? Apple! Apple! Papaya! Papapple. Just kidding, just kidding. Good, good, you guys are getting it. Okay, now face that way. Now guys, this fruit salad isn't literal, it's figurative, okay? But this is called the coconuts, okay? Okay, this is the coconut. When I say coconut, you hit that coconut back, all right? You guys ready? Are you guys ready? Yeah. All right, coconut. Ooh, guys, we're struggling. One more time, ready? Coconut. coconut, 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 coconut. Woo! All right, let's give him a hand so far. All right, face back this way. Okay, this next one is called pineapple, okay? When I say pineapple, you're gonna hit that pineapple for it. I'm not gonna do it, but you guys will. What'd you say? All right, you guys ready? Pineapple. Coconut. Pineapple. Pineapple, pineapple, pineapple. All right, this is a family show. It's a family show. Okay, you guys ready? Pineapple, ready? Pineapple. Pineapple. Pineapple, 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 pineapple. All right, a round of applause for them so far. All right, so this is why we call this fruit salad, okay? Now you guys got papaya, you got apple, you got coconut, you got pineapple. Now it's gonna be boys versus girls, okay? So, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do ladies first. Ladies, I want you to follow my voice. Listen to my voice. I'm gonna name some fruits. When I say fruit salad freestyle, you guys are gonna make a salad, okay? I'm not gonna, not now. Calm down. She's over there like, yeah. Not yet. When I say freestyle fruit salad, then you're gonna make your salad, okay? You can spin around, you can do whatever you want. You guys understand? Men, do you understand? Okay. All right, ladies, are you ready? Yeah. Ladies, are you ready? Yeah. Guys in the crowd, are you ready? Everybody's like, yeah, I'm ready. All right, here we go. Spread out a little bit, ladies. Come step forward. All right, you guys ready? Follow my voice. When I say fruit salad freestyle, I want to see the freestyle. Drum roll, ladies and gentlemen. Papaya, papaya, apple, pineapple, coconut, pineapple, apple, papaya, freestyle fruit salad. Keep going, keep going. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for the ladies. Great job. All right, ladies, step back. Men, step forward. I want you guys to spread out. All right, who's ready to see the man? Oh my gosh, yeah. All right, men, are you ready? Yeah. All right, listen to my voice, and then we're gonna do a freestyle fruit salad, okay? Are you guys ready? Yeah. Are you ready? Yeah. Pineapple, coconut, pineapple, coconut, apple, papaya, pineapple, coconut, freestyle fruit salad! Woo! Round of applause for the men. All right, stay here, stay here, stay here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I need your help. Make some noise if you think the ladies won. It makes some noise if you think the men won. All right, technically we never win, but tonight the men won. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Please return to your seats. All right, awesome. Whew. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited to introduce our last island of the night, also part of my own culture, and one of the loudest and proudest as well. It's the Happy Islands of Samoa. Everybody say, let's go. Where are my Samoans at? In Samoa, we say talofa. Samoa is known for many things. They call Samoans the happy people. And ladies and gentlemen, it's my belief that they're the happy people because the men do the cooking and the men do the cleaning, which means happy wife, happy life. So, I'm gonna help you ladies out there. If you want a man that's gonna cook for you and clean for you, go find a Samoan man. Where's my wife? Raise your hand, babe. That white girl found a Samoan man. But I make her cook. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm the cook. All right, well, Samoa is known for theatrical dances using their hands. And you're gonna see it a lot in their dances today. The ladies are gonna perform a number called Lo'use Oriana. We're gonna have the Fa'atau Pati, which is a Samoan slap dance, which originated because of mosquitoes. Unless they slap you, that means they don't like you. And our last dances will be the Sasa and our beautiful soloists by Sose. Ladies and gentlemen, the Happy Islands of Samoa!
Awale afila wamu, awale afila wamu. Wamu mayo mao. Awale afila wamu, awale afila wamu. Wamu mayo mao. Oi tato so sola ese. Mayo le fala vela. How it's a fefe. Maya laitu. Oh, it's a ngatawe. Oh, if I put a salafai, I find it all sanga. I wala fatalatu. Ole api wasa salemu. Alamayo siyogu. Ole api wamu solo. Ole api wasa salma manga. Ole api wasa solo male sami. Wasa sa male afi. Wasa sa male afi. O baba my logi. Wasa sa male afi sa mo ai tu ai mui lunga mui la la mui mu la 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 la. Wasa sa male afi sa mo ai tu ai mui lunga mui la la mui mu la 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 la. Wasa sa male afi sa mo ai tu ai mui lunga mui la la mui mu la 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 la. Marie Tanifa, Marie Tanifa, Marie Tanifa, so aso tu ai hai, se so tai wana lo lefia muao. Marie Tanifa, Marie Tanifa, Marie Tanifa, so aso tu ai hai, se so tai wana lo lefia muao.
Ladies and gentlemen, the call of the Ava. The drink of the royal chief.
Samoe, lo atunue, lo letaya, lo payama, lo mamalu. All the man Samoa the name. But oh, 5 fear atuai. So we are.
Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for Samoa! Ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause for the island of Samoa. And a round of applause for the guy with the broom. That was pretty awesome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've reached the finale and final part of our luau tonight, but make some noise if you loved it so far. Awesome. Our final act of tonight is going to be one of the most special people that we have here, and it's his senior year, and he's going to send us home with a bang. So I'm going to ask you guys to bear with me, to keep silent as I introduce him. If someone can close that door, and if I can get the lights. All the lights. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the highlight of every Polynesian journey is that of the Samoan fire knife dance. It is a test of agility and skill, where a Polynesian warrior must test his true masculinity. The fire is placed among a razor-sharp blade called the Nifo Oti, which translates into the tooth of death. It is evident that our dancer is not protected from the fiery burns or the slashing gashes of the knives. His only protection is his skill. Throughout all of Polynesia, many have tried to acquire this skill of our own Aggie Bull fire knife warrior. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you our 3-time world fire knife champion, Hale Motuapuaka!
Another round of applause for our Fireboys and Hale Motuapuaka! Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for enjoying our luau tonight. I'd like to thank you all for coming. Please drive safe wherever you are going. At this time, I'd like you guys to give a round of applause to the PSU ladies. And another round of applause for our PSU men. Last but not least, a round of applause for our wonderful musicians and drummers.
And ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your host, Cousin Lilo.
Thank you so much. Mahalo, family. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. At this time, if you want to stay, we're going to do a couple of thank yous for some of our people here, and then we'll finish up our luau. But I want to call up to the stage, if I can get Sione and Hale real quick. Once again, another round of applause for this wonderful luau, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, family and friends, how did you guys like the show? If I could get all of the officers out here on stage, please. So for everybody, my name is Hale Motuapuaka. I'm this year's PSU Club President. And from us to all of you, we just want to say thank you very much for coming tonight. We really enjoyed you guys coming and allowing us to share our beautiful culture with you all. We wanted to give some thanks to a lot of people that made this possible for us. So of course, I want to say thank you to our advisor, Stacy, TSC, of course, our talented cast of musicians, Auntie Kim and Auntie Alisi. Thank you guys so much for making the beautiful costumes for us. Ofa'atu. Thank you to our directors, instructors, and choreographers. We have the beautiful Maile, director of our luau, Alea, director of the Hawaiian section. Give a hand for her. We also have Mone Lealea, who was the director of the Tongi section. And just wanted to say thank you also to USU student media team for filming this beautiful event. If you want to see this event again, you can just go online and go to YouTube. We live stream the entire thing. I would like to say thank you once again. I'll give the microphone over to the Vice President, Sione.
Thank you all for coming out. We really appreciate it. I'm also going to turn the time over to Luisa, our event coordinator. Malo.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for coming. We just wanted to recognize some people. If we could have Stacy come up, our advisor. Stacy is the one that keeps PSU together, and we're really grateful for all the work that she does for us. Okay, we also want to recognize our MC, Cody Lillo. Yeah. Was he a good MC? Yeah? Yeah. Okay. And then we also want to recognize our 3 seniors. We have Sione Siaki right here, our vice president. We also have Teresa Botchway. Yeah. And then we have Hale Motuapuaka. And of course, to our teachers, Hala and Mila, we're so grateful for all the work that you guys have done for us. We love you guys. And Mone Leleahi couldn't make it tonight, but he was also one of our great teachers. And Avendiola. Yay, that's everything. Thank you guys.
All right, once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming out to this luau. Please drive safe wherever you are going, and last but not least, aloha! Mahalo.